Welcome, everybody. We're at the March 2025 PIHRA member orientation, and I'm so happy to spend the next 60 minutes with you. My name is Lily Arguello, and I'll spend some time introducing myself a little bit more in a moment. But feel free. I'm going to go through an agenda in a moment. If you need to go grab lunch or something to drink, this is a great time to go run and get that. We are super fortunate today to have a representative from SHRM talk about how PIHRA and SHRM memberships go great together, and also some initiatives they have underway. Please know that I will be sharing these slides after the orientation sometime this afternoon, along with some additional information, links, things of that sort. So you don't really need to take notes on the things that are on the slides, but you may want to have a pad and pen in case there's some additional information we talk about live. Let's see, any other housekeeping? Yes, feel free. We have a lot of information today. We were likely to fill up the 60 minutes, but feel free to use the chat to raise your hand, ask a question. I have my team here that's going to be monitoring the chat. We're going to be using the chat as well. And like I said, if it's a great question and we have a little time, I may even ask you to unmute and ask it live, and we will address it live. If you have a question that I cannot answer in the moment or anyone on my team cannot answer, I will be sure to research that and get back to you in an email. Also, there might be information that you want that's very unique to you. I may ask, let's set up a time after the orientation, maybe sometime next week, and we could have a conversation that is unique for you, because I know everybody's career is a little unique, and I'd be happy to do that. So let's get underway. I see that the chat is busy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being off on camera, not off camera. And let's get going. Here's our agenda. I'm in the welcome portion, and I'll give a little bit of a general update on PIHRA. We're also going to do a poll because I like to get a sense of what is on your mind. What do you want to walk away from this orientation with? So we'll do that. I'll introduce myself and my team a little bit more, and I'm so excited to have our special guest, Monique Okambi, introduce herself, and she'll be talking, like I said, about things going on at SHRM and why having a SHRM and PIHRA membership is beneficial for you. We'll do a little bit of a PIHRA overview. Then I'm going to allow Monique to speak. She'll have some slides perhaps to share with you and give you a little demo of the SHRM website. And then we'll come back, talk a little bit about some of the professional development and networking opportunities that you have through PIHRA, and then we'll just wrap it up. At the end of the presentation, please stay at the end because I have a list of all the things that are going on through PIHRA. We have 18 chapters, so we have a lot going on. I'm also recording this. Hopefully, my team member did make sure I'm recording because good. um, so we will be able to send that to you, and you could visit our YouTube channel to get this on recording as well. So just a general update. A lot of our chapters are meeting. So we have so many events happening in April. Please take advantage of those. We also have webinars that are free for members, which is a great benefit. I think we have a one coming up on April 1st that is really interesting. Again, I have a list of all those at the end of this presentation. So um, PIHRA is about community. So get out there, make it a goal for yourself to attend at least a virtual event. But there's so many events, and we're all across Southern California. So I'll show you a map in a little bit so that you could see, well, what's the next event I want to go to? So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Also, the PIHRA calendar at pihra.org/calendar, that's the place you want to visit frequently. That's the final information on any of our chapter events, what time they are, how to register, and all that. So really, it's your place to get affordable, accessible, and actionable professional development that is close to you. So please go there. And now let's do our poll. Elisa, can you help me with the poll? That would be fantastic. So we're going to launch a poll right now. And really the question is, what information do you want to walk away from today? And you might have a couple things you want to walk away from. That's fine. But what is that number one thing? If there's additional things you want to walk away from, put it in the chat and I'll do my best to cover all those. But I really want to focus on those things that a lot of you say, yeah, I want to hear more about this. So good. We got like 50%, 60% participation. A lot of people want to talk about the monthly meetings. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Mineral, I think is coming in the second place, and PIHRA SHRM. All right. Well, that's perfect because we have a SHRM representative with us. And there's something in the chat. Let me just make sure. Not everyone has participated, so all right. Thank you for all of you sharing your LinkedIn as well. Okay, maybe give it another 15 seconds and we'll end the poll. We got another one person to participate. Okay, so really top interest is PIHRA SHRM and monthly meetings. And mineral and some other benefits. If you said other benefits, if there's something in the chat here, I'll look for it. I don't see anything yet. So just put other in the chat and what that is. If there's something specific you're interested in. Okay, let's end the poll and I'm going to share the results. Do you all see the results? Yes? Okay, great. So you see what I'm talking about. A lot of people, 29% want to learn more about monthly meetings. We got 14 seminars, conferences. I'll talk about that. Mineral, and then a PIHRA-SHRM relationship. And fantastic. Okay, I will stop sharing and let's do this. Let's keep going. And let's see what I see in the chat. Okay, perfect. Um, So I'm going to really briefly introduce myself and my team, and then we'll kind of get into the meat of the webinar. And I'm here in the middle. My name is Liliana. Everyone calls me Lily Arguello. I'm the Director of Membership. I have now been with PIHRA since 2014, so I'm heading into my 11th year. Um, PIHRA was a perfect marriage of my kind of different career paths. I started my career in organizational development, strategic planning, management training, corporate culture studies, structure studies, things of that sort. And then I went kind of pivoted. I went into nonprofit and I ended up at the Girl Scouts of Greater Los Angeles doing membership work, really focusing in on the lower income Spanish speaking quartiles of LA County. Um, if you didn't know, Girl Scouts of Greater Girl Scouts in general, it's the largest leadership development program for women in the world. So I was really loving my time there. And that's where actually my supervisor, Rafael Rivera, who's on the call and the webinar with us right now, he found me on LinkedIn. So I always plug that because have a fantastic LinkedIn profile. And I don't even know if it was a fantastic LinkedIn profile, but I also had been a volunteer leader. I helped start the professional chapter of Women MBAs. And a friend of mine we worked together on that, and she knew Rafael because Rafael was in another association. So push for LinkedIn profile and volunteer leadership because it's really helped me in my career, and I think it's a best kept secret for you to grow in your career. Um, on the left is Sonia Montiel, who I also think is on the call. So that's really exciting. She's a volunteer leader with PIHRA. We're primarily volunteer led. So I'm staff. So we do have a large staff, around 8 people, large for an HR association. And Sonia is a volunteer leader. She's my liaison with the board. So thank you, Sonia, for being here. And then really quickly, my right hand is on this slide on the right. Her name is Elisette Villanueva. And Elisette, do you want to just real quick introduce yourself, unmute and introduce yourself for me?
Yeah, I will. Thank you, Lily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Elisette Villanueva. I am the membership coordinator here at PIHRA. and Lily and I oversee the membership department, so we are very accessible. I may be the first person you speak to if you dial the main number. So feel free to reach out to us whenever you have any questions about your membership, about what we're doing at PIHRA. We're very accessible. So that's it for me.
Great.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lily.
Elisa. She's my right hand. Um, So we love email. So email us. The first thing I want you to do if you're finding like I can't get to something, what's going on with Pyra? What should I be doing? Email us. I respond pretty quickly. It's my expectation of my team that we get back to you within 24 hours. You can also call. So this slide has our phone number, but I do encourage you to email because sometimes I'm off site. It's easier for me to email you and I could help you and provide you instructions for accessing things. So please, we're here for you. I love working with the HR community in Pyra. I love my job. So me, Elisette, this is our thing. So we want to be here for you. This is what we get paid for. So please reach out if you have any questions or want to set up time to speak with us. So now I'm really excited to introduce Monique Akambi. Monique, you want to unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, Lily, for the invitation to be able to participate. Hello, everyone. My name is Monique Akanbi. I am a Membership Initiatives Director with SHRM. Previously practiced HR, and I get to do what I say is the best of both worlds. I still get to be involved with HR, but not necessarily practice the day to day. I needed a little break, right? After COVID, I needed a break from practicing HR. But really excited. I have over 15 years of HR experience. Was previously a volunteer leader, a chapter president with my local chapter. I'm based in Florida, so really good and it's an honor to be able to support all of the chapters in the state of California, in addition to 3 other states. So I'm just really excited to be here and then be able to support not only just PIHRA, but all of our over 500 affiliates.
Thank you so much, Monique. So if you have questions for Monique, she will be presenting, but you could also put them in the chat. This is really special to have Sherm Rep and Monique with us today because she can help you on that end. All right, I'm going to give a little bit of a PIRA overview here, and then Monique is going to share a little bit more. So this is our mission statement. I'm not going to read it to you word by word, but we exist to engage, elevate, and serve the HR community in Southern California. And we do that through innovative program. Our team is always thinking about how we can improve our programming. How do we make it more engaging? How do we make it more interactive? We provide the professional development you need to excel in your career. We also almost 99%. I want to say 99% of our professional development also includes recertification credit. So if you are certified through SHRM, which I am, I got my SHRM SCP, or HRCI, you need to recertify those every 3 years. So this is where you're going to get it. And I said earlier a little bit about the community building. Our community is one of the best. When I first started and I asked one of our members, who's a longtime member, why are you a member? You've been a member for 15 years. What keeps you coming back? And she said, I met my best friend at a Pyra meeting. And it always makes me emotional because I've met some wonderful people through Pyra that I hang out with in my personal time. So, um, to, you know, if you don't join PIRA, you don't join SHRM, join a professional organization. It's so important to have that community. You don't want to do HR alone. You can, like Monique was saying, can get a little bit overwhelming. It's easy to burn out depending on what organization you're in. So you need your tribe, you need your crew, and this is where you're going to find it. So I also want to introduce you to some key players. I don't know if Susan Bowman may be on. I didn't see her, but she is our new president of the board. Like I said, we are primarily volunteer led. They kind of set the strategy and help us make longer term decisions about the organization. She's certified from HRCI and SHRM. She's very accessible. Actually, she is in transition. She had a senior HR role at Rite Aid. So I need to update this, but she's fantastic. You'll see her at our conference. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our conference in a bit, and at a lot of our chapter events right now. So also on this slide is the staff fearless leader, Rafael Rivera. He's actually on with us. Rafael, do you want to just say it? I think Rafael is fantastic. He's built a fantastic team, got us through the pandemic. We're in a regrowth period. I always, sing his praises, not just because I want you to connect with him on LinkedIn and tell him how wonderful this was, but it's true. So, Rafael, you want to say a few words?
I am always happy to meet members and be available to answer any questions. So thank you for joining us here, for joining PIHRA. And as Lily mentioned, you have to find your people. I hope that we can help you find your people here. If not, I can help you find your people anywhere in California. Or if you move out of state someday, make introductions as well. But we're here to serve you. And I've been around since 2010. So a few years into the job before Lily joined the team.
Yes. So, yeah. And then we have Monique. She can help you find your tribe all throughout the US and maybe even China and India if you like. But so yeah, thank you, Rafael, for being with us today. Here's a little information about who our members are. I am updating this, but it's pretty similar. We have right around 3,400 members in total. They represent 2,300 companies. The top 3 or 4 industries that are represented are manufacturing, consulting, nonprofit, and healthcare. And we have a lot of folks in the educational sector as well. Right around 40 to 45% of our members are at that HR business partner, HR manager, generalist level. That's what I call, our the meat and potatoes. And that's so when you go to our chapter meetings, you'll see that some of the professional development is really directed to that group. Right around 20% are at the HR director level. We have approximately 8% at the HR vice president, CHRO. I heard it called CRO. I don't know. Has everyone heard CRO before? Anyway, CHRO level. We also have a small percentage, right around 6. It hovers between 6 and 7% of our members are service providers. So those folks are what I like to call natural partners to the HR professional. There are brokers, financial advisors, health and wellness folks, staffing folks. They are connectors. So you may see them at meetings, and don't be shy. A lot of them come, they just want to build relationships and also understand what are HR's pain points. So I know at a lot of and I'll get into what a meeting looks like in a moment. Actually, let me go there now. Oh, before I do, but at meetings, you'll see a lot of them, and at some of the meetings, they'll ask who's looking for an HR position, and then they'll ask correspondingly, who has or knows about open positions. So I know a lot of our insurance broker friends will say, hey, I know about an HR director position in downtown LA. I can connect you. So they are connectors. Before I leave this slide, right now, right around 40% of our members are HR certified. So they're certified through HRCI or SHRM. So what that tells me is that our members hold certification in high regard. I hold certification in high regard personally. If you have any questions about that, I went through the study and exam process in 2021. I would love to help demystify that for you because it can be a lot, but be happy to speak to you about that. No one asked, but I like to always include that. So many of you asked about monthly meetings. So right now, hopefully you see this well. This is a map of our chapters. We have 18 chapters and various communities. All of our chapters are volunteer led. So they have their own board, and many of them meet monthly. You can as a member, you can attend any of the chapter meetings at the member price. Usually it costs between $10 and $15 less when you're a member to attend. There is an additional cost because there is usually a venue. So these chapters are not brick and mortar. They have events at, it could be a hotel, it could be a restaurant. There's different venues, right? And there's usually a meal, there's a networking component, and then there's professional development. Usually the professional development is right around an hour, so you get one PDC or recertification credit per meeting. There's so many different topics. Like I mentioned at the end of this presentation, I have a long list of what's happening just in the next 25 days. So think about what your next PIHRA event's going to be. And there's also virtual opportunities. What else do I like to, if you have any questions about monthly meetings, put it in the chat if there's something more specific. But I also like to say our largest chapter is our South OC chapter. They typically meet out of Irvine. Um, sometimes they meet out at Costa Mesa. Pre-pandemic, I like to like pre-pandemic now comparison, but pre-pandemic they had 700 members. So if you went to one of their events, you could meet between 60 and 100 people. Right now, everything's a little constricted. You could probably meet between 50 to 60 people at their monthly meeting. Our second largest is PIHRA Los Angeles. There are the first district. We're 80 years old, by the way. I was going to get to that in a bit. We were established in 1944. So we back before I even started, we didn't call chapters by their city. We call them districts. And it was like District 1, District 2, District 3. So Los Angeles is District 1 because that's where we were established. A group of personnel managers got together and like, we need to get together. We need to figure out what do we need to do to grow in our careers? How do we get more people interested in our career? So that's our first one. It's our second largest chapter right now. We go as far east as Coachella Valley. That group meets out at Palm Desert. We go as far north as Antelope Valley. We have a group in Santa Clarita. We also have a group in Ventura County. And yeah, so if you have any other questions, I see something in the chat. Let me pause. Let's see. Where's the best place to get information on when the monthly meetings are and how to register? That's a great question, Taylor. I think Elisette responded in the chat, but go to the PIHRA calendar. We're always updating the calendar at least once a week or even more than once a week because our chapters are very active and excited about that. So again, I can't stress enough to please visit that calendar. We also push out information. We have a weekly digest that goes out to members. If you're not interested in becoming a member just yet, I'm going to tell you about this great deal we have. You can just subscribe. So if you go on I'm pointing at it now. This is my left hand, but if you go to pihra.org/join, there's a place at the top where it says if you're not ready to join, you could subscribe. So go there and then you'll get our emails as well. You'd like to learn more about starting a chapter in my area at the graduate school. Pratina, we have a student chapter at Claremont Graduate University. So let's connect afterwards and I can connect you with them. I think you know Dana Mayhew. I kind of feel like Pratina, we've traded emails there. So, but thank you so much for your interest. We do want to have more student chapters. So well, let's keep going. I think I answered most of those questions. Really quickly, want to get to our benefits. But like I said, become a member if you're not a member. If you are an HR practitioner, we have this great deal commemorating our 80th anniversary. You can get a membership for only $80 compared to $175. This is a deal of the century. I think I heard Raphael said, you're probably not going to see this from us until we turn 100 years old. And I think I'll be retired by then. So um, please, please become a member. This is your shot. If you are an HR practitioner, if you have any questions about this, you should have my email or Elisette's email, but I'd be happy to send you more information or to help you through this process. Please do this soon because we do run out of spaces every month, but we are offering this for the year. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Here's our most popular benefits. I already talked about the HR education and training opportunities. It's probably the most affordable and actionable that you're going to find. We have some fantastic speakers. We're California focused, so we are very well known for our employment law updates and our chapters because they know that that's our members. I don't know if you know this, you probably do. California employment law is no joke. I mean, it's different than what they're doing at the federal level, and then now what's happening at the federal level may impact what we do in California. So it's going to be, there's some uncertainty right now, and it's going to be an interesting ride this year. So look to us, go to the calendar. We're talking about all kinds of different things in connection to employment law. We have a partner named Mineral. We have an HR advisory line. So it comes with your membership. You can call this, I call it the HR hotline, an unlimited amount of times just to get that second opinion, like, is this what I should be doing? You should also have your crew behind you, and I'll talk a little bit about finding your crew at the meetings. That's where you really find them. So you want your HR friends on your speed dial in case you got like, difficult employee day, or oh my gosh, someone has a sexual harassment complaint that comes through the door. Like, oh, how do I conduct this investigation? The HR hotline, they're not attorneys, but you can call them. And then again, you also want your network, what I call your board of advisors. That you can have on your speed dial. One of our volunteer leaders called her friends through PIHRA her HR Fab Five because they're like superheroes. So like, oh gosh, how do I deal with this? Call your HR Fab Five, right? And sometimes you want people external to your organization so that maybe you just feel more comfortable telling them about what you know, what you don't know, and how to address certain things, and or maybe that they haven't gone through that before. So there's my plug for building relationships, and you could do it in person. I think that is the most powerful way, but we also have virtual opportunities. Um, Free webinars. I think I talked a little bit about. And then we have a smart employee handbook builder on our compliance center, which you get for free. So really fantastic benefits. I see some things in the chat. Anything? Okay, perfect. Yeah. The other secret benefit, and I think it's very understated, and alluded to this at the beginning, is volunteerism. This is a great place to start volunteering and honing your leadership skills. If your boss is not looking out for you and encouraging you to take on leadership positions, whether they're internal or external to the organization, watch out for that because I've had the best supervisors and mentors at my workplaces, and they've always encouraged me to do that, to find my own network, not only network internally to an organization, but externally. Um, and I like to say it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And when you volunteer at one of the chapter boards or a committee or at our conference, for example, people get to know you. They get to know your personality, your work ethic, the way you behave, how you plan, what your time management is. And so the next time that they hear of a position, they're going to think of you. And you should always be thinking about what your next step is. So volunteer, volunteer, and we have a core of 200 volunteers, and they're fantastic. So I always have to plug that. Marilyn says the QR code for the 80th anniversary isn't working. Let's send her a link. If you can help me with that, Elisa, I'm sorry about that. Marilyn, let's get you that link. Okay. So now, hopefully I gave you enough time, Monique. It's your turn. Um, Feel free to chime in anytime. And here, let me stop sharing because I think you want to share.
Absolutely. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Lydia.
I'm
That was
excited to
actually
have you here.
Awesome. Well, it is truly an honor to again to be here with you all. So as we get started, I just wanted to share a little bit about the benefits of being a member of SHRM in addition to your amazing PIHRA membership. So if you can just indulge me for a second and share, if either raise your hand, I can't see everyone, so I'm not going to say that. Change that up. Share in the chat if you are a SHRM member. Say yes. Okay, so Taylor, I saw you raise your hand. I am able to see a few. Sandy, awesome. Others, thank you, Sonia. Great. So just a few highlights of being a member of SHRM. I shared with you all earlier that I practiced HR for over 15 years, and being a member of SHRM, in addition to being connected with my local chapter, was extremely instrumental in towards my career as an HR professional. At SHRM, we are that trusted authority on all things work, worker, and the workplace. And we do that through various ways. And that is whether it's advancing HR practices by maximizing human potential, advocating. I know Lily talked a little bit about federal law and state law, especially in the state of California. I will share with you all. I'm in Florida. We're not too far behind, but I will tell you, California tends to lead the way as it relates to employment law. So advocating on employment legislation, driving social and economic change, and that is through our SHRM Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of SHRM, and making sure that we foster work environments that serve employees and employers equally. At SHRM, we have nearly 340,000 members. In over 180 countries. And we essentially touch the lives of more than 362 million workers and families globally. At SHRM, we believe if it's a work thing, it's a SHRM thing. And my experience that I'm going to share with you just in terms of being of the benefits of SHRM are directly related to my personal experiences as I give you a brief tour of the SHRM website. But at SHRM, we also believe that our partnership with our chapters, PIHRA being one of them, we are better together. And so I always think about, I'm a good combo person, right? Give me a good grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup or peanut butter and jelly. You think about like your favorite combination. I love sweet and salty combinations. That is what we believe we are when we partner with our chapters and our affiliates at SHRM. So being a member of your local chapter, meaning being a member of PIHRA, gives you that local network, that local community. When Lily was sharing about one of the members that she spoke to, and asked them why they were a member of PIHRA, and they shared that their best friend, or they met their best friend through PIHRA. I will tell you, I am the mother of a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old son. My daughter's 20. So if you have teenage boys, I am praying for you and I hope that you're praying for me as well. But a lot of my kids, aunties, and uncles are individuals that I met through my local chapter or even served on the board as a volunteer leader of my local chapter. So when you think about those local connections that you make being involved with your local chapter, they are invaluable. And then you think of the resources and the research and the toolkits that are available to you as a SHRM member through our website, in addition to the education opportunities that we provide. If you marry those two together, you have the perfect world as it relates to being a top tier HR professional. So at SHRM, your membership is $299, and that gives you access to over $13,000 in tools, templates, resources, toolkits, research, you name it. The resources are endless. I'm going to take just a quick moment just to give a brief overview of the SHRM website. Full disclosure, when I practiced HR, when I would go in the office in the morning, I would go to the SHRM website. And let's say I had a topic that I was dealing with or an issue I was dealing with at work, and I went on the SHRM website. One of the things I would caution you about our website is that you will go on there looking for one item. And if you're anything like me, you'll have 15 tabs open later because you found so many other good articles or information that you want to go back to. So I would just caution you as you, if you're a member of SHRM or you become a member of SHRM and you utilize the resources, pace yourself because the information is endless. But a few of my favorite resources on the SHRM website is first and foremost the certification tab. This is often an area that is visited, whether you are SHRM certified or you're considering to elevate your HR career and obtaining your SHRM certification. It has information on how you can get certified, how to prepare for the exam, and once you have achieved that accomplishment, how to keep your certification through recertification credits that you have to then renew or recertify every 3 years. One of my other favorite sections of the SHRM website is topics and tools. And this is the place where I spend the majority of my time. This is where you will find news and trends, HR topics, which is what we like to call hubs. If any of you all are, I know many of you actually are navigating through the executive orders that we're all kind of navigating through. And so if I click on the inclusion and diversity tab, it'll take us to all things related to an inclusion and diversity. And what we have done, again, is because we want to be that trusted authority, is we've created an executive order impact zone. This gives you latest and greatest information regarding the executive orders from our federal administration, in addition to a guide for HR leaders as we navigate through this unprecedented time and then these various executive orders that we have received. In addition, if you scroll down further in the Inclusion and Diversity Hub, we also have an Inclusion and Diversity playbook and a plethora of resources that are related to this topic. And so you'll see how-to guides, the toolkit, even policies that are related to this topic area. So this is just one of the areas in our hubs that I wanted to call out. Another section that is one of my favorite areas is Ask an Advisor. And I love that PIHRA has that as well, right? Because we need all the resources that we can get. But as a SHRM member, you have access to what I like to call Phone a Friend. So as a member, you get 15 inquiries per membership year to connect with our advisors to get guidance. They also provide resources that are available to you. Let's say at your organization, you're working on a compensation study and you need specific resources related to that. Our advisors can help you with pulling some of that information so that way you look like the superhero that you are within your organization. In addition, in topics and tools, our toolkits, our tools and samples. One of the items that I also loved, I love a lot about the SHRM website if you haven't caught on to that, but one of the items I wish I had known honestly that was available to me as a member are the interactive tools. So if you have employees that are in multiple states and you're managing employment law in, let's say, 3 or 4 different states, we have what's called a multi-state law comparison tool that you can go and select the states that you have where you have employees, select applicable employment law, and it produces this beautiful grid that shows you side by side what the law is related to, let's say, FMLA or any other areas of employment law within the states that you have selected. One other resource that I want to call out as well is our events in education. This is another way we have our signature events. So our annual conference, where we have over 26,000 attendees, will be in California and San Diego this coming June. And so we look forward to seeing many of you attend that. But in addition, we have a plethora of webinars that are available to our members as well. These are webinars that you can attend. They are on demand. We host them live, but then also make them available to our members. But then you can search by category if you're looking for maybe a topic on total rewards. If you select SHRM's total rewards workshop, not the right one, hold on. If you, let's go back to categories. Let's go to compensation because that's a hot one, right? So you can see all of the webcasts related to compensation. And then last but not least, one of the best ways to search for resources or information on the SHRM website is the search bar. So if I just type in California in the search bar, you will see everything related to California and employment and HR populate over 2,000 articles or resources or toolkits. So again, this is just a way for you to connect and find resources that are relevant to your organization, to your state, or to your role as an HR professional or a business leader. One of the things that I also wanted to share, and I'm going to stop sharing in terms of the SHRM website, but one of the things I also wanted to share was that earlier this year, we gifted many of the PIHRA members that are not SHRM members a complimentary SHRM membership. So if you're not sure if you are not a SHRM member and have received a complimentary SHRM membership, I'll get with Lily and Raphael and we'll find a way to make sure that you get that information and take advantage of that complimentary membership. But then in addition, if you see the value of being a member of SHRM, you could also join SHRM at 50% of the membership rate. And there's a special unique code that you would use when you purchase your membership. So again, I'm going to stay on the call for the entire time, but wanted to just take a moment to see if there were any questions or anything anyone would like to ask or see related to SHRM membership.
That's a great deal, by the way. 50% off a SHRM membership. You're probably not going to get that for a while. Is that right?
It's unheard of. We do not offer that often. Yes.
Any questions? And Monique will be on, so I'm going to keep going to just honor the time. Oh, I have a question. Go for
I
it.
do.
Christine.
Hi, I'm Patina. Hi, Monique. I
Hi,
wanted to
Pratina.
know if you could just talk a little bit about the any scholarships that you offer for the SHRM certifications.
Yes, I am so glad that you asked that. So, through our SHRM Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of SHRM, we award more than $500,000 to SHRM members. And for certification, if you're pursuing maybe a degree in HR. So there are multiple opportunities. If you go to the SHRM website, just as I shared, at the top bar, you'll see foundation. If you click on that, you can see a list of all the scholarship and grant opportunities along with the deadlines. And I'll try to drop it in the chat and then I'll make sure that Lily and team has it so that way they can send it out.
Yes, so Monique is going to send me information about how to get 50% off because I think
Yes.
someone was asking how to do that. You're going to get it in an email from me or Elisette. Probably me. One of us will send it out to you. And then we'll also put that link in for you, Pratina, about scholarships, because please apply for any scholarship. And I know we have a foundation and I could provide information about the scholarships we provide for SHRM certification as well. So let's get going. So on top of what SHRM offers in terms of their signature education and things of that sort, PIHRA also offers pretty similar. I talked about the chapter meetings. So we have virtual learning, that's the webinars. Our mineral partner where we have um, the compliance center, and I'll send you more information. I just wanted to make sure Monique had time, but we have a compliance center, employee handbook builder, enterprise-wide learning management system. There's also webinars on there. So plenty of learning there. We have the chapter meetings. There's a meeting every week pretty much. So I hope you're still thinking about what that meeting is going to be for yourself. We have conferences, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about in a moment. We have one coming up in what is it, like less than 30 days? No, we're probably like 35 days out from ours. We have the California employment law. And we also have some specialty programs. Just yesterday, we did a talent summit that was really well received. So lots of going on. Again, just to repeat, go to the PIHRA.org/calendar so that you can see all the things that we have going on. Let's see. Okay. Wonderful. Let's keep going. I talked about member rates on education, so members always get a better rate. Free webinars, I'm going to have a list of them. I think there's more than three free webinars a month, and they're live. And when you register for them, say, for example, you can't make the live one, register for it anyway because you get the recording in an email post event. Um, get certified. I think we have one of the best certification instructors in the west of the Mississippi. So Richard Richard Dawson, it was my certification professor. He is fantastic. He's got every certification under the sun. But just know, taking a prep class isn't enough, at least not for me. And every journey is a little different, but also know you got to read the materials. I love the SHRM learning system. It includes everything. It's from 2020, I think, but I still use it as reference material. You probably want to update it, but it was 7 huge books. The online system includes all of that content, plus flashcards, plus practice exams. So definitely believe in certification. We provide some of the prep courses as well. The conference, we're really excited about. We have a lot of conferences happening in California. We're excited about ours. Ours is a little bit more intimate. We have some of learning tracks that are uh, more focused on California. So we do a lot of employment law, California focused, HR strategy, personal development and leadership. We have keynote speakers. So it's 2.5 days full of learning opportunities and receptions. We have this year, we start on May 4th. So Raphael's really I don't know, Raphael, do you want to talk about what you have planned for the conference? Because you say it a lot better than I do. You guys got to come. It's the highlight of my year, and I'm on my feet for 15 hours that day, for the 3 days. So, you want to talk a little bit about hype us up on this?
Yeah. Well, we have 3 theme days for everyone's enjoyment, starting with May the 4th be with you. So if you're into Star Wars, or even if you're not, it is going to be themed a Star Wars welcome reception.
And we might have some
Uh,
special guests. You never know.
we are hoping to have special guests join us at that event. Food and beverage will all be themed. Lightsabers are required or optional, whatever. I don't want to push that on you. The next day, we are celebrating Cinco de Mayo, so we will have lively food and beverage that you will enjoy outdoors in the deck. And on the third day, we are celebrating our 80th anniversary. Again, we'll be outdoors. Hope to sign up a live band that will be playing classic rock. So, take us through the year. So there are a lot of music, a lot of food, a lot of activations so that you can learn and have a great time with your new and maybe friends that you've had for a while.
Right. And we have a lot of different price points this year. So, you know, I don't know. It feels like some employers aren't providing the training budget that they have in the past. So if you're an HR practitioner, you can go for the day, and it's a real affordable way to attend. Not as you don't get access to as many learning possibilities, but great. We also do it virtually, so that's a little at a lower price point. Then we have the all access pass. That's where you get access to everything, the receptions, the learning. And then you have the premium pass, and that's where it's all included, your hotel, the 3 days, friends, networking, just everything. So the all access pass and the premium is really kind of where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So thank you, Rafael. I'm really excited about the May the 4th be with you. And, everyone loves tacos. So I know Monday is going to be fun for Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, I'm just gonna say there's no tacos. So
No
I don't want to
tacos.
mislead. Somebody's
What
like,
are we
I'm
going to have?
signing up for tacos.
Are we having tequila then? Like, what's happening?
Well, so you can buy your cocktail or mocktail beverages, so that's on you. But no
Uh,
tacos on Monday. You
what?
can go around the corner to
Mariachis?
Puesto and pick up your tacos on Tuesday.
Gosh, come on. We'll talk later. Okay. So, how about the cruise? I am really excited about the HR cruise. It's our first HR cruise ever. I know that they've done like in Florida, I think they have HR cruises, but this is the first one I know that PIHRA does. We're going to Cabo on February 2026. I think
There are tacos there. Well,
there's
it's
tacos in
just
Cabo
tacos
and
and
tequila.
cava.
And let's not talk about what else they have going on. I'm gonna, yeah, get off track here. But what is it like? 14 sessions? It's a 5-day cruise, 14 learning sessions. We got Pal Falcone already signed up. I think Rafael's strategy for not opening registration is to keep us all in suspense because this is gonna sell out. I mean, we only have 65 suites. I know, I think I'm going. I already was like, wait, am I staff? You're gonna need more staff. So
It's
uh
like so far, yeah, without opening registration and promoting this with 3 months, I think several chapter boards, the entire chapter board is going. I think the entire state council, the SHRM California State Council is going. So yeah, it's like once we open this next week,
I was thinking
we'll
about your strategy this morning. I think I know why you're doing that. So
yeah, I listened to that one episode about Hermes and how hard it is to get like a Birkin bag. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like you have to sign up. There's a waiting list. You have to know someone. So
So if
that is
your
our
boss
strategy.
is doing something that doesn't quite make sense to you, no, there's a bigger picture. I know my cousin told me that. Just know you might not have a full view of the bigger picture, but I was thinking about it this morning and I figured it out. So I hope you all can join us on the HR cruise. Maybe we'll do a second one if it's that exciting, right, Rafael? So anyway, we ended a little early. If anyone wants to unmute, this is a fantastic time to ask Rafael a question, Monique a question, Sonia Montiel a question, me a question. But I did promise you, here's a list of all the things we have going on. Make it a goal for yourself. I have social anxiety, which you might not think so, but I do. And I have to make it a point to connect at least once a quarter with connect with someone regarding my career and it could be social too. So what do I mean by that? I'll go to a PIHRA event just to connect with other people. I'll go call one of my former MBA professors and say, hey, can we meet for coffee? I'd like to chat with you about what I have going on. I'll meet with a former coworker and like, how are you doing? um, do something, set a goal for yourself. So here's some things you can do in the next quarter. You can go to the California HR conference. If that's too much for you, go to the April 1st webinar. We have something up for women, redefining what assertiveness means for you. We also have an April 8th webinar, what are you going to do if ICE comes, to the office? That's pretty relevant, I think, here in Southern California. I know, Rafael, you're going to be at the April 8th CHRO panel. That's going to be pretty cool in Pasadena. And that's an evening. Usually they meet in the mornings, but I think this is an evening event. So if you can't go to 7:30 a.m. because you have drop off, this is at a different time. So make it a goal. We also have an emerging leader social that's free for everybody. And that is a fantastic group. It's going to be at the Art Districts Brewery. If you need someone to go with you or you want to know someone that's going to be there, let me know. If I can't meet you there, I'll connect you with a volunteer leader that's going to be there. So, plenty of things to do. This is just in the next month. So, any questions? We have a couple minutes, or anyone want to add something here? I don't like pregnant pauses, but I will allow it because I know I talk too much sometimes. Let's connect. Email me. I told you at the beginning, don't don't just sit there and be like, oh, I didn't like this or da, da, da. Let me know. I want to try to help you. We have a fantastic LinkedIn community. Follow us on our company page. We have a pretty solid Facebook community. Not too much on X, but you could follow us there if you're an Xer or tweet. I don't know what they call it anymore. Our Instagram is growing, so follow us on Instagram. We have a forum as well. Um, do you help with prepping informational interviews? I have a question. Okay, Megan, if you have an off-topic question, you could email me. And then, Pratina, do you want to unmute? Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah. So I'm in a career shift right now, so I'm trying to expand my network from alumni relations to human resources, like a direct
Oh,
role.
okay.
So sometimes I find, because I've done these informational interviews where I'm just trying to understand the nature of the business, what different aspects in human resources, my current skills will best suit. And sometimes I find that I don't really have like the lingo or the terminology, but I'm trying to explain the same thing. So I don't know, just maybe like like a cheat sheet of terms, code words,
Hmm.
things like that, or people we
You,
can
you,
reach out to.
we always ask SHRM for a cheat sheet because they are so acronym heavy. I don't have anything like that, but I'd be happy to speak to you. Patina, my suggestion is go to a lot of different PIHRA meetings because that's how you're going to pick things up. And I know that's time intensive, um, but it's really about meeting people, getting that professional development in. And the more you go, it's like the more you hear it. Also, if you are taking HR classes, present, because I think that practicing speaking about it also helps. But we could talk offline a little bit more. Um, s- there's one on LinkedIn, Liliana. Hi. I'm not quite
Hi.
sure. Is there
Yeah,
something on LinkedIn you
I
could
saved
share?
one. I saw one on LinkedIn and I saved it. Um, I guess I can connect with Pratina and send it to her.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to share LinkedIn. See, we're already networking and building our community. So yes, please share. Bertina, I'll reach out to you separately. Sonia, I know I was trying to make sure we made time and we had enough time. Do you want to share anything about
Oh,
the
I'm
community?
on my calendar. I'm booking all the events. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God,
good.
when are
Here,
we
let me
going?
go
That
back to that.
one. I think that I was thinking about our board here in Ventura County. They have a career development chair slash transitions chair, and what was started in Ventura County was a group for those in transition. And I'm thinking that would to inquire with your local board to see if there is some kind of support where you can kind of practice those informational interviews, what you're looking for, to get more concise during those conversations. So that was on top of mind. But otherwise, I'm checking out to see which events I can go to.
Yeah, I'm going to connect Patina to Dana Mayhew, who's actually a professor at CGU, and she might have something too. So,
Excellent.
um, well, we're right around the hour. Monique, I can't thank you enough for joining us. Thank you so much. If you have any parting words, but I just thank you all for being here with us today. We're here for you. We want to make sure you get the most out of your membership and that we help you meet your goals. I don't know what your goals are, so feel free to share them with me and I'll help point you in that direction. So thank you so much. Monique, any last words?
No, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Great. And so we're adjourned. I'm going to stop the recording and have a great rest of your Friday, everybody.